Alright, I hope that you guys agree. The sound levels sound pretty much better than they have been for the last few times I've been doing this, but hopefully they're good for you. The level 55 Leatherworker quest is perfect pitch given to us by Elde in the Jeweled Crozier of Ishgard. Here we go. Mercy, there's been a flood of people buying Wyvern Skin work boots. Why, I've even hired a number of new craftsmen because of the sales. However, I can't seem to find more wyvern leather. When I asked my usual supplier, he turned me down without a word as to why. Strange, and what's stranger, I heard Gerhardt taking orders for wyvern leather goods on the way here. He wasn't quiet about it either. Mercy, would you see what Gerhardt is up to? I doubt he'd even give me the time of day. So we run to the southeast, supposedly to where Gerhardt is stationed. Right, I think I've talked to him before. Like the first time I came here on the Leatherworker quests. I'd say maybe 50s-ish. Human, kind of spiky brown hair, like a kind of a faux hawk in the middle. Facial hair all around, except for the mustache doesn't meet the beard. Kind of noble-ish looking clothes, but not like super duper fancy, but not bad. You're no customer, nor a woman of Ishgard, so you must be the so-called Gridanian master that naive girl hired. Out with it, then. What do you want? I explain why I'm here. Wyvern leather. Yes, I have wyvern leather. I've bought every last scrap of it, in fact. I took a step back. I needed it. All of it. You do well to remember that business is war, and the victor is he who controls the supplies. And don't bother looking for other suppliers. I used my clout with the merchants, and not a one will deal with Elde. Now, I bid you a good day. As far as I recall, wyvern leather... I want to say wyvern. Like, that's what when I first saw the word, before I ever heard it pronounced by anybody else, it was wyvern. It's W-Y. W-I, I might have said wyvern. But, back to Elde. What? Well, if it's a war he wants, it's a war he'll get. But he has won this battle. We'll have to change our strategy, and I know just how. After the Wyvern Skin boots, I meant to introduce something more stylish, fashionable, and functional. I've been eyeing leggings. From a merchant's perspective, of course. They're rarely seen in Ishgard. Oh, she's trying to say that she hasn't been like looking at people's legs and leggings. Okay. They're rarely seen in Ishgard. We'll revisit the material and then unveil a daring new design. Mercy, what are your thoughts about Dhalmelskin? I think the patterning is subtle, but will stand out when dyed, and the hide itself is quite hardy. Could you fashion a fine pair of leggings of scouting? My craftsmen have never worked with Dhalmelskin, but with your fine example, I have no doubt they can do great things with it. Dhalmelskin leggings of scouting. I don't recall that one yet, so... Oh, why would I? I don't do things of scouting. I have no need for it right now. I only made... In the past, I did every single recipe, but 51 through 55 leatherworking alone is 70 recipes, and I do not feel like farming that much crap. So I've just been doing the ones that are good for crafting, mining, and then my two retainers, Black Mage and Paladin. So that's why you see things here that are completed, but yeah. Dhalmelskin leggings of scouting. Jacket, breeches, leggings, okay. Dhalma leather, I should have titanium nugget. I think I have, yeah. Okay, so let's do the titanium nugget first. I got plenty of rubber. I always check to see, not always, but when I think about it. Blacksmith is just slightly behind armorer, so I'll make the titanium nugget on blacksmith really quick. I know I'm going to need more grenade ash coming up soon, but it's pretty easy to mine it, so I just haven't done it yet. I spent most of yesterday when I was on the game mining, and not a lot of botany, a lot of mining, but some botany here and there. But mostly like timed botany. Like right now, I would be in the Sea of Clouds to get some more Dravanian mistletoe for the holy stuff. What's it called? Wait, hold on, really quick. Holy water, yeah, which is different from. Wait, hold on. Sorry, no, hallowed water, for which I was getting Abelathian mistletoe, which is 6 to 8 a.m. and p.m., which is right now, but I've got a lot. I've got enough that I think I'm going to be cool for a while. Anyway, titanium nugget. Can I? Oh, well, we'll show it in a second. Yeah, anyway, it takes a lot of quality to do this. I don't have any food. I have pretty much the best crafting gear I could have. I stopped, for the most part, I stopped at 55, but I did some 56. For gathering, I did a 57, but I've stopped relatively where you would be for these quests. So I got like 55 main hand for all of my crafters, but 53 offhand, because that's the highest you can get right now. Anyway, sorry. We want to do Waste Not 2. If we got a proc, we'd use it for Precise Touch. We don't, so we do an Innovation. No proc means Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch. It's going to be one of those stingy ones. No procs at all. There's a proc finally, and 612 will be more than enough to get us to full quality. And progress is 103, so doing Veneration does nothing. We're just going to 2-putt Basic Synth, because we need 170. If we used a Veneration, it would still be 2 more putts after that, so it's literally pointless. Let's see, back to this. We need a Rami cloth, or Rami, however you want to pronounce it. So go over to Weaver. Let's do the linen yarn first. I might have to get more flax coming up soon, because it's also used for linseed oil, I think, which I don't know how much more I need of it, but this is a much lower thing, so I'm just going to do Innovation first, Basic Touch. I've done it enough times that I know I'm going to cap in well, 2. Awesome. I thought it'd be 3. And you make 2 per 2 flax. Back to Leatherworker, back to the right-click crafting method there. Got all the linen yarn I need. I need 1 more Rami thread, which also uses flax and stocks. I'm definitely gonna need some more stocks of Rami, but until I need that, we'll cross that bridge later. This is another one of those 1800 plus quality crafts, so Waste Not 2, Innovation, Basic Touch, Standard Touch. Got a proc, so Precise Touch. Let's see, can I finish it with a Beer Guts? Yes. Cool, and then 2-putt progress. No Veneration, because it doesn't serve a purpose. 61 Weaver, 61 Weaver, son. We'll make our Rami thread now. Sorry, Rami cloth now. I still like to do Waste Not 2, just because I know I have plenty of CP for it. And it gives me a little bit of wiggle room. Actually, it's not even just that it gives me wiggle room, it is the right thing to do. Because this is 5 separate actions that cost durability, and that wouldn't fly. I could do a Waste Not 1, but I have the CP, so why? I'm almost never going to use Waste Not 1 again. Almost never. I can't think of a reason I would do that. Stand up, switch classes over to that. 2 Dhalmel leathers, which I farmed ahead. Well, not. I farmed for all the 51 to 55 recipes, but I ended up not doing all of them. And I actually have more left to do because my retainers just hit 54, so I'm going to make that gear probably tomorrow. I'm going to do quests. Well, I'm probably going to make some of that gear tonight because at some point in time I will tire of making videos because it takes a lot of talking. And you'd be surprised how tired you can get from talking a lot. Like, I'm not much of a talker, which is, you were like, what? I watch your videos, you talk a lot. I'm like, yeah, it's for the videos, dude, I'm sorry. No barkies. Oh shit, fuck, no. Ugh, I just wasted, I had a waste not 2 on accident, but we're okay. Rough. I hate doing that. I hate hitting the wrong button. I did it a couple days ago. Only once. Doesn't happen often. No barkies. I'm gonna shock my dog like somebody else I saw. There was a point in time, I'm not gonna lie, there's a point in time where we had a dog and he had a habit of barking a lot while he was outside. There was a point in time where we had a backyard and we kept him outside while we went to work and school, so he would just be outside all day. And apparently he would bark all day. And this would keep our next door neighbor, I guess, babysat her grandchildren, or so okay, if you haven't seen this yet, muscle memory is what I use. It gives us 255 progress right away. It can only be used on the very first step. I need 380, so it's actually pretty efficient, and it saves me from using a waste knot. It saves a lot of CP, so I'm actually going to do an innovation. Believe it or not, I only need like 17 or like, was it 11? Like almost 1200 quality. And I know from experience I'm gonna get that from, that's not enough, is it? That's not enough. We'll do a beer gods instead. And that should give us enough time to do this. Cool beans. So there's our Dhalmelskin leggings of scouting. Level 54 for Rogue, Ninja, or Viper. Oh, yeah. Here's Elde to continue. Could you make a pair of Dhalmelskin leggings of scouting, please? My own workers are less adept than you, and so the finer your work, the more they will learn from it. HQ coming your way. These are everything I imagined. Why, I dare say these will be the crown jewel in our lineup. So amazed will be our customers. There may not be a better screen to grab for the thumbnail, so I'm just going to grab this one. But only if we start selling before Gerhardt steals the idea. There's no time to waste. Now there's a cutscene. Never mind, it was just a black screen for a second. My craftsmen have come up with this design based on yours, Mercy. They're more boots than leggings, but the style is similar. Now, we'll get to work making these in number, and I have an idea of how to drum up interest quickly. Aubrenard, the bard. He seemed enchanted with your last creation, Mercy. If you offer these to him yourself, I've little doubt he'll accept. I've little doubt he'll accept. I believe you can find him in the Forgotten Night. Good luck, my friend. I wanna be your superhero, even if I stumble fall. Really, that still won't complete the quest? You'll just advance it? Lame sauce. Ouchville, population U, bro. Inside the Forgotten Night, which is a tavern and an inn. Wait, yeah. Aubrenard is playing his harp or lyre. I don't remember. Anyway, with 3 maidens watching him. He's by the fire. The Gridanian master in the flesh. To what do I owe the pleasure, madam? Hand over the complimentary boots. He nods. My, these are well-crafted boots. Mistress Elde is a most generous soul, giving them away for free, and 'twould be my pleasure to spread word of her shop. Cutscene. He's playing his, like, single hand held, other hand played harp. Even more people are watching and clapping. My lords and ladies, gentlemen and gentlewomen, lend me your ears. Allow me to introduce the woman who stands head and shoulders above all others, the Leatherworkers Guild's own incomparable Mercy. I, like, put a hand over my face and wave her hand in front of me like shy. And by some divine guidance, she has come to Ishgard to offer us her latest and greatest designs. Uh-oh. Gerhard is here. Ah, Bernard. He speak on Elde's behalf now? Bah! Is he really short? Oh, it was just a weird angle. Look. Behold these, the fruits of her genius, the finest in footwear and the best in boots. Order your very own pair today at Elde's shop along the jeweled crozier. The crowd is excited. A couple are thinking, but there was some pumped action. Hardly my finest work, but I believe that little taste has whet their appetites, eh? He turns to me, gives a bow with a little bit of a flourish, and turns and leaves the cutscene as the scene goes black. I'll get to you, Sir Durgu. I gotta hit 70. It's coming. Back to the jeweled crozier. Sprint. Boom, 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 boom. I have 18-ish minutes before my squadron is done training and I can send them on their mission. Mercy, so many customers have come to order boots that my fingers hurt from writing down their names. Tell me, what did Bernard say to inspire people so? I let her know. Oh my. I didn't expect him to use you as the selling point. I imagine you'll be quite famous after this. That is the way of things, isn't it? The bard may have hastened the process, but skilled artisans are fated for fame one way or another, says Ortu Fauchel, who is always hanging around for some reason. Yes, that is true. It's all a matter of what is deserved. The artisan deserves acclaim, and the customers deserve the best products, and I will ensure it is so. I've never seen you so worked up, Elde. Why now? She shakes her head. No reason. I am just a bit tired from the flood of orders today. Well, you're giving the people quality that once only nobles could afford. I suppose breaking down the old barriers is tiring. I'm well aware that this is a gamble, but doesn't everyone want to dress well? I know it sounds naive, but deep down, I think we all wish to look our best. At its heart, my mission is to give everyone that chance, and today I have been vindicated. But all this will be for nothing if we cannot make good on our promises. I will have my craftsmen working through the night, and I'll no doubt need you again before long, Mercy. 836,550 experience points, 612 gil, 200 earth crystals, a titanium creasing knife, which I've already made the HQ version of. It's level 55, so yeah. And I've already made the HQ version of all of these as well. So I'll take 2,000 gil every time. You could get these. The weird thing is, not weird. The thing is that I don't like is these desynthesized into Fieldcraft Demi-Materia 2, which actually don't sell as well as rank 1 for that. So anyway, I'll take the gil. Level City! That was 60 for those who speak normal. Sorry. Let me do a little thingy down. From Elde, myself, and Ortu Fauchel. Ortu Fauchel. I bid you adieu, and I will see you next time. Hope you enjoyed.